That's just a.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Pro 632 Radio. Today we welcome back Andrew Spur back to the table, talk some things. He's been not racing, but he's been at the races, every race, supporting the class, supporting other racers, and doing some in pit videos with Jason. I'm kind of get going on with that, but hey Andrew, welcome back.
How's it going?
So,
what are you laughing about, Jason?
I'm laughing at Troy.
Troy was telling us to TikTok mother because we were a half second behind.
He's taking it for Brian Kloss.
Someone has to keep us honest.
Yeah, and we're missing Brian tonight because his pickup truck got into a wrestling match with squirrels, and it got totaled. So they must have got in there and ate up the wiring harnesses and stuff. So he's trying to buy a new truck for himself. That's the last thing I want to do in this economy. So Andy's been showing up and working with Ed McLemore and Troy and company on the other type of motor there, that Ford motor thing program. And but he's also been helping me out and 632 with pictures and videos and stuff as much as he can. I mean, he's been doing a really good job. I'd like to thank you for that, Andy. You know what I mean? And but so what's it like to come to a race and not race and work on somebody else's stuff?
Sucks. It's in a way it's good because my guys are there with me. We're running the junior stuff too. So that's kind of why we're there. So we decided we'd help Ed with his car. And I guess it kind of gives my guys a jump start into knowing what they got to do when we're there with our car. Because, like I said, we came from NASCAR, so this is totally different to us. So they're kind of getting some new ideas, had a list of stuff that we had to order for our car to make it better for us. And I would say anybody coming into this might want to do that. Just come to like one or two just to get the idea, walk around with the guys. I mean, 632, all of us seem to kind of be together more and work with each other. So it's kind of easy to get up there. But some of them classes are just, when you go up there, it's the most unorganized mess I've ever seen in my life. As far as
unorganized how?
What was that?
Unorganized how?
So like when the Pro 632 guys go up, we kind of already have our groups in line, who's racing who. We get in our staging lanes left and right. And it almost seems like when we're up there, the other classes that are just there racing and none of their groups talk together, they're just, it's like organized chaos, I guess you want to call it. You raced a pro street car, turbo car in the one qualifier because they didn't even get in their group right.
Well, so they don't group on. So to be clear, so in in testing, we always ran with Pro Stock before.
Yes.
Right. So I've never raced with a turbo car. So I went in and then he had two bulbs lit and that thing was, I can't hear it banging, doing whatever it is that they do. And I was like, tree came down, I let go and I got to the top end and he was a little pissy and I'm like, sorry, man, I never raced anything with a turbo before, so if I messed you up or whatever, I don't know.
Jason, we all have the same amount of time, no matter what. Both bulbs lit. As soon as one person puts in that second bulb, you got 7 seconds.
Yeah. No,
They
he went second first.
That's his own fault, right?
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
2 balls.
But that's where I was saying that they're like unorganized chaos. They didn't know they don't even know who's in their group. So they should have paired with somebody from their group if they need to test.
Yeah. Hey, we got Billy Gibson and Cameron Gibson join us. Also.
There he is. He's out working on the hot rod, so I had to drag him in.
All right.
He had Joel on the big TV.
So we were just going over, just to recap real quick, we're just going over Andy. It was his first time crewing with a 632 team and for the last 2 races, and how testing goes on Thursday when all 632 don't race each other, or
Right.
So I got jammed up with a turbo car and I kind of screwed the pooch on the guy. I think, I don't know,
Sorry.
but it's all
I
right.
heard Patrick say
I think he
everybody
messed
gets-
himself up.
Well, I can say I heard Patrick say we all get the same amount of time. So
Yeah, no, we do. And it's growing pains of the new, we'll call it the new PDR, right?
right.
You know what I mean? We don't have pro stock anymore, and I don't know what's going to happen like Virginia, because it's the same weekend as the triple threat. So I would assume there'd be no pro boost cars there. I don't know how many pro boost cars are going to stay.
Virginia is not the same weekend as the Triple Crown, is it?
Yep.
For IHRA?
Yep.
Interesting.
So I mean, you want to go race for $100,000, or you want to race for $10,000?
Hey, I'm just saying, the zeros are zeros.
Someone who goes home first on all the time, if they just show up for PDRA, they could go home,
So back to statements of, learning as a pit crew, as yourself, Andrew, and you might, I don't know what your background is, Billy, but for you, Andrew, it's you learn a lot on the routines that you have to do for a 632 car.
Yeah.
I don't know, I know Troy is very, sensitive, and won't help you, teach you very much, I don't think, of what to do, but learning what you have to do as a team. Each round is very important. So from that perspective, what have you learned, to understand for each round, what's going to make it the most efficient for you and your team when you finally get out here to make it those rounds in between maintenance the proper way?
Basically, what I learned from Ed's team, working with my guys, helping him, we kind of learned, I guess, where my guys are going to fit, what their routine's going to be, like what guy's going to drive the golf cart, what guy's pulling plugs, what guy's pulling data, what guy's packing a chute, hooking training coolers up. I just have to find what's going to work for our amount of guys on our team. We're working with 4 guys on our team. Jason's got 5, 6?
No, I wished.
You got a lot of bodies over there.
I have
You
a
get
lot of
bodies.
I have Eric Godwin. He comes from Procoms, very good, eligible pair of hands. We got Matt, and Matt's the crew chief, and we have Mike the tuner, and Chris Bell comes over and checks on us, make sure we're all doing everything right, because he's the smartest dummy in the bunch out of all of us. And that's it. Other than that, I mean, Andy, I can say this. Before Mike came on, it was hectic for me, because I did the camera download. I put the information in the computer. I downloaded the Motec. I did spark plugs, my chutes. I finally taught Eric how to do nitrous bottles, so he handles that in the morning. So they're all done for the day. And Matt does the back half of the car, and when we get back, with the jack, he downloads the race pack and fuel, and does the fan in the pump, and we bang it out. We're done. I mean, we're done quick. We turn around. Me and Matt would turn a car around real quick. Me, Matt, and Eric turn around really quick. Now that we got Mike on there, Mike just does the laptop and conversations, and it moves forward. It's for it being its second race, we're adding a person. And we had some shakeups because I used to have Dylan. Dylan was really, really good. He was my engine builder son, and he was really good. And he knows a lot about motors. He knows a lot about the car, and but he just didn't want to do it anymore, which I get it. I mean, he's just turning 21 now, so I'm sure he wants to go clubbing and do all that fun stuff. But so you lost that member, then you bring in another member, and everybody's trying to figure out where everybody fits. Obviously, age and maturity helps out a lot. And nobody on my team, even when Mike coming in, Mike didn't want to step on anybody's toes, so he kind of stood back for out of the way during Darlington, but he was more assertive in it on in Galat. I'm sorry, I'll always call it Galat. It'll always be Galat.
It's Galat. But
Galat.
Hey, Jason, Andrew, what I didn't hear was the most important thing being plugged in. It's something that, if you don't do it, huh?
The cook, Celeste, she does a great job.
No, the battery. The battery is the most important thing.
That's a Matt job.
Alternators on these things.
That's Matt's job. Matt is the battery guy.
That's what we got. We got Kelly does everything.
But what I can honestly say, what's helped me out with all the people, it's not a whole bunch of people, but I'm not a person used to change, is the dry erase board on the door.
Exactly. I agree with that too. That's something that should be done almost any car. I mean, one thing that I did see from this, and we're talking about it now, is, the crew guys never get no credit for any of this. And we should start doing something to give them credit.
No, I always mention, to me is when you're young and you're growing up and you're doing okay, you learn I really easy. Now as you get older, you learn we to replace I. And every once in a while I do catch myself and I'll be like we. No, it's a we thing, because I'll be honest with you, I can't do it as good as I'm doing it without Matt, without Mike, without Celeste, without Eric, And I'm missing my most important person I'm missing, and hopefully she shows up shortly, is Peyton Cater, my parachute packer. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
She's like a step niece to me. It's my sponsor's daughter. Been around that kid her whole life, and their business is just so busy that neither her or her dad can break away to come. So hopefully they show up. It'll probably be Bristol by the time they show up.
Yeah. That's why I think the next race, when I'm walking around doing pictures, I think I'm going to try to catch more crew stuff too. I didn't want to kind of step on people's toes and they're like, just walk up to their pit and start taking pictures thinking we're trying to steal. I know how Pro Stock is with that stuff.
Well, that guy Troy Shady like that, you know what I mean? He's always trying to get on everyone, sneaking in. He saw a stator on my bench, and he picked that thing up like it was a pot of gold looking at that thing.
Hey, I'm just going to say, when that thing actually went fast, you guys started worrying a little bit.
What went fast?
I said, when that Ford went fast one pass, you guys started worrying a little bit.
What was he saying? When what went fast?
I don't know. I don't see any fast
Ford
Fords.
engine. The actual Ford engine went fast.
The Ford in a Ford went fast.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Hey, but you bring up a thing, right? The photos and stuff, and I'm gonna harp on this one. You tag people. We got to make sure we tag race 632. I'm just gonna say it that way. Or I can give you permissions to post stuff at race 632 if you're just gonna be taking some photos and stuff. We have to make sure that the ambiance, our audience is, gathered the holistic view of what it takes to do this. And what's in the pits is just as, if not more important, because you don't win on the racetrack, you win what you do in the pits. The racetrack is that small little blip. It's 4 seconds, right? The racetrack's 4 seconds. You spend hundreds of hours in the shop in the pits and all that other stuff to make that. Jason, behave.
I'm doing a Chris Nelson.
What's that say on there?
There it is.
At
At
race
race
632.
632 at Mark Williams.
Right.
Well, I will say that I forgot the Mark Williams one on a couple of them, and then we fixed it. So,
But yeah, it's important.
As we're speaking, are you done, Patrick?
Yeah, I guess I'm always done because you always want to interrupt.
No, I'm sorry. No, go ahead, finish. I was going to add a bonus to this, and the bonus is JC Beatty will have 2 cameramen on site at Virginia videoing stuff for him in 632 and the junior dragsters. And we talked about it today. He probably won't have enough content for them. So if we want to get with them to also film more of 632 while they're up there anyway. So
100%.
I offered, I did speak for some of us. I said, some of us would be interested in throwing money at you to help out if we can get a copy of all of it. You know what I mean? Like we've always talked about doing. That's out there. Hopefully we can get that done and get some more footage for us. I mean, it's it goes a long way. Some of the stuff I just started monetization and on 632, Patrick did it, and I got it on Gladiator X Racing. It's not a whole lot of money at the moment, but if you look how it works, it could be, but it takes a lot of time. Patrick he's going to go look. It's probably $3 for 4 days.
Well, we want to see
it's
what's
like $2 in like 15 days, probably.
Right? I'm almost ready to get a payment sent to me at $5. Now,
$4.75.
you're up to $4.25.
Oh, you're really bad at it.
No way now.
But Mr. Gibson got his car together, did some testing on Tuesday.
We did. We tested about a week ago, and we found out after yesterday's test session that we are really good on a bad track and really bad on a good track.
Really good on a bad
That
track.
happens. Welcome
Yeah.
to the club. Welcome to the club.
Yeah.
Did you tire shake on the good on the good track?
Yeah, we're set up for Talladega. We can definitely turn left. We got that part covered. So we're out here. That's what Cam he kind of went out there. We're making some changes and working on stuff. We got Jason helping us out. Jason Abbey, 1320, helping us out and all. We're going over, making some changes, and we're going back out on Friday here in Maryland and see what we can do.
Do you actually take a trailer over, or do you just push cart it down there?
Right. We just hook it to the golf cart and drive it up the street. No, we go. We set up camp and we'll be there for the weekend. Whether it takes 2 runs or 10 runs or we're freshening the motor for Virginia, it's going to go down the track the way we want it to. So,
Well, 30 runs is usually time for head gaskets, and then
right. We'll probably be there before Virginia. Yeah.
I mean, JC, he ran out of runs between 2 races. So, I mean, if you're going to be up there and perform that way, yeah,
that's we want to go. We want to, like I said, we want to be involved and we want to run good. So we're going to beat him up. He's getting plenty of driving experience. He definitely learned how to handle shake. We should have heard him on the radio. Sorry, he went out with all the guys out there. They're working.
Okay.
But he said, "I'm guessing that was tire shake." I said, "Oh yeah, now go pick up all your fiberglass." So it was good. He was good. So yeah, we had to fix some bolts in the wing, and also he learned what not to do. First hit yesterday morning. Yeah, yesterday morning. So
get a headache and some chattered teeth.
Right. So he definitely did good though. I give him a lot of credit. We kind of got on him a little bit. It's like, hey, dude, I need you to try to stick this one a little bit. And he drove it as far as we wanted it to, and all. He's doing real good driving. If I can just get me off the keyboard, and I did find a cool option on Fuel Tech yesterday. It's called Remote Tune. That was a lifesaver.
Oh, for someone else.
Yes. 100%.
Looking at your data versus taking screenshots. Yeah, they can look in there and do anything and everything that you want to. It's
as the day went on, he made me look good or better. How's that? So
you had a remote tuner on it?
Yeah, well, Nick was still back in St. Louis, so he got in
Okay.
there and helped fix some of the map and everything, and the idle and some of the stuff I was jacking up as I was moving stuff around. It's back in the day. It was much better at the point where pills and shims and springs, and I got to learn the new stuff.
It's plus and minus.
Yeah, that's it. You highlight some stuff and hit plus. It seems real easy.
As Troy Russell said, more power.
That's right.
Give it more.
But it's a learning curve, probably for me more than him.
Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, well, good thing with him, and also like with David Cook Jr., they don't have bad habits, right?
Right. I mean, he's made thousands of laps down the racetrack. It was just nothing like this, but at least he knew. Like, he can tell us where he's at. He can tell us, when it shakes or when it moves around. He can come back and pretty much to the T tell us where he's at. So it made us feel good. I'm bragging on him. I might eat these words later, but
right.
But it was a proud dad moment.
Okay.
All right, Billy.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be at the next one, right?
Yeah. We'll be there. Like
All
I
right,
said,
so-
we're rolling in Friday morning to Maryland, and if we got to stay there till Tuesday of next week, we're going down the track and we'll be in Virginia.
All right.
Well, and
So
you did the best of what?
Andrew.
282 on a split.
Yeah. Yep. We on a bad track. We were 103, 282 down, detuned and all, and went up here on a good track with new rubber on and all, and thought we were going to be bad, and we got humbled in about 10 feet.
Jason knows everything about those tires, but let's go to Andrew real quick. We got you, Billy, coming. Andrew, what's it gonna take to get you out there?
We finally got the motor plate that went to our car. So after calling everybody that owned this car and finally tracking it down, it's in our hands. And then we were trying to talk to Jason got us with Chassis Engineering. They're trying to get a custom bent plate for it to get the motor in the car. They said they can't do it, so we're just gonna come up with some spacer idea for the front of it, because it was a 5.3 bore space car, to get it all to fit right. And then once we get that tranny in it, make a mount for the back tranny and a drive shaft, and then finish wiring it. It sounds like so easy, but it's not.
Right. What's with the car behind you?
So this is one we got in the shop right now. That I got one here, I got one next to me, and one down at the end. This is all regular work. So this is a bracket car. Then we got a no prep Corvette to the left of me. That's pretty much everything has come out of it. The tranny, rear end. It's got a glide with a 9-inch independent LS Pro Charger. This one supposed to be a wiring job, and somehow it showed up with 32 totes of parts and a 5-page list to finish it. So
The unscheduled work. So,
yeah.
Speaking of new cars that are coming, we got Billy, Cameron. We'll call him Cameron. Cameron's coming.
Cameron.
Right? Tara's coming back for Virginia.
Should be in Virginia. Cool.
Both trucks. So that one's coming back. Carson should be up and running, from what I hear. Right. Corey Kelly. Am I saying that right? And Patrick, Corey Kelly.
I think
Silver-
that's the name.
Camaro?
The Silver Camaro. Yep.
Yeah, got him coming. Is Brian coming back? We don't know if Brian's coming back with driving the red Corvette. I mean, the red Camaro.
I know one of each car, Keaton's car, they're trying to get that ready in time. I know they're
Right.
working hard on that. Yeah.
Call Bicky or Ricky. Calvin Station, call Bill or Ricky Jones. Oh, so Billy, you got a bent plate in your car?
Yeah, I do. I got a bent plate in mine. So, and if you have the original plate, if you have any problems, I mean, we're not a chassis fab shop, but we do laser cut and high def plasma cut and bend and break. So if you know what offset and all, we can, you know what I'm saying? If you have the original plate, we can help you out with that.
Yeah, and that's what Clay said. He needed the original plate, so we tracked it down. And then when we send him pictures of what we got on our motor to the new plate, he's like, I can't help you. So
Yeah, if you
I
want to
can
look,
send him to look at it and get an idea, see what you think.
yeah. If you want to send it to me, I'll either message me or I'll message you my number and email and stuff. Send me what you got and see if we can help you out.
Gotcha.
We got to get something for this, right, Patrick? Like,
Right, yeah, right.
get
Finder's
a
fee.
brother up here.
Right.
Hey, I mean, that's what we're supposed to do, Jason. We got to put the right person to the right person.
Right.
what we're
Gotta
doing.
help the family, right? Help
We
the
got
family.
peoples.
That's right. Hey, we need cars there, so I'm here to help.
Oh, likewise. I mean, I offered my 529, sorry, 530 to Ed McLemore to help him out. You know what I mean?
Well, you offered him a motor and not me. That's some BS.
No, I said a 529 a gear ratio. I got a motor for you. It was fast back in the day in a class, but not so much right now. I mean, classes evolved since last time that motor was running. But
So, hey, I just want to talk some other things real quick. I'm going to bring up a picture of Cook Jr. so everybody can ooh and ah on him. What I need, because what I'm trying to do with the videos and some other stuff that Kyle from Straight Line Media is doing, is I'm going to try to do some editing into it and do other things. But I need images, not exactly like this, but it does help, when we're trying to, promote each and every one of you, the racers, a good quality, photo in a racing suit, with or without a smile. I can care less what the personality of the person is. I just need that picture. So when I'm doing some edits to the video or creating, a racer profile, which Billy, I need for
I'll get you
your driver, to do this. I want to make sure we promote the drivers as best as possible. A NASCAR driving suit, if that's what you have on, that's cool. But
No, he got his new matching race suit and all. So Friday when I get him at the track, I'll get you some pictures and send them to you. And I got some of the car I'll send your way.
awesome.
They posted the winners up of the Darlington race, and JC Beatty didn't make it up for his headshots and stuff in the lot.
No, Jason, did you not see that on PDRA? They have a pretty picture of him for his current number one position.
Well, yeah, for number one, but they didn't have a picture for him in the four squares. There was an empty thing, and it said, Pro 632 winner JC Beatty, and there was no picture.
So that's another thing. We got to make sure we do our part going up there. They ain't gonna track us down. We have to make sure we say, hey, make sure you take our ugly picture and smile.
I did mine. I was right. Jeff Melnick was in there when they were doing the lightsaber sword things, and he's flipping me off and everything else, and the camera guys were laughing. It was a good time. It was a good time up there. Kayla Morton, she says, "What class do you race?" I said, "The redheaded stepchild of the PDRA." She goes, "Which one's that?" And she goes, "Now you got my interest." I said, "Nothing. I'll speak publicly." And she's like, "No, you gotta come out with that." I said, "Me and Tyler are already bumping heads half the time anyway. I don't want to make it any worse than what it is." I said, "But you won't hear much about us unless we post about it." She goes, "You got a live stream?" I was like, "Yeah." And she said, "Well, whatever you need to help you promote the live stream, I'm here for you." So that was pretty cool. Coming, if I didn't go up and do it, I would have never met her and talked to her about it. She'll be at most of the PDRA races. She's going to take the place of Courtney for Flo at PDRA. So she'll be there for most of them. She's very energetic, very, very polite, outgoing.
She's been doing a good job, definitely.
Yeah, what I like about her is she knows, like, you can't bullshit her because she's a racer.
Right.
And she knows what she's talking about, and she knows everything that's going on, and there's just no bullshitting her. Yep. And she's pretty much straight to the point. If it's it's F you. I mean, it is what it is. Off camera, obviously, but she's a good shit. Very, very, like I said, very educated. When you look at it, I mean, you look at her history on TV. She was doing her own clutch. She was doing, her and her dad worked their ass off.
Yeah, it was a lot of times.
One thing that she did say, one thing she did say that kind of like blew my mind, that Boosted is an aeronautical engineer.
Really?
Yeah, right. Blew my mind. I was like, what? She's like, yeah. So them two as much as they were on a show, they kept their full-time jobs.
Good
They
deal.
never stopped. She said there was times we didn't sleep, and she goes, we were just dragged out. She said, but we kept our jobs and just kept going because we just knew at some point it couldn't go forever.
Yeah.
So she was very, very open about, the street outlaw stuff and everything else. But she'll be there a lot. So if somebody's got something they want to get out on, in the 632 class, get a hold of her and man, you may be on flow racing more than you want to be, but she'll get it out there.
Good deal. Good deal.
But I mean, getting the headshot thing, I don't know if they're going to do it anymore after the lot, but getting it done is pretty important for those reasons. They have the pictures, you know what I mean? And it was, like I said, it was pretty fun. Celeste was taken back when Jeff was, hiding the finger and giving it to her. She's like, "Oh my God, he's flipping you off." And I was like,
right.
That side of Jeff nobody sees. Jeff's friends see that stuff. It's a shame that he parted ways for whatever reason. They parted ways, and he's no longer driving 632. But it was fun racing with him. I mean, I got to race him out of 3 years. I raced him twice in the finals, both in Michigan. So it was fun to do that. He was a good guy. I mean, most of us been through his cancer battle, and he made it through it. I mean, God bless him for that. But he's a great racer. You know what I mean? The good thing is about him leaving is we don't have a fast guy in a overly fast 632 car that can race the stripe, and he was very good at that.
He's a bracket racer, so
Well, so we'll flash back. We'll bring Troy Russell in this, and we were at it was like 3 years ago. We were at the Pro Stars, and Troy, I had ran Walter, and it was one of those epic races between me and Walter where I got out on him and he caught me at the end by very little, and we were just kicking back, and Troy comes in, he's cussing up a sound and bracket race this and blah blah blah. I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, I hate being bracket raced, and man, he ran me at the stripe. I know that he didn't run that car out the back door, and I was like, okay, Troy, you do the same thing but different. And he's like, no, I don't. I go, yeah, you do, Troy. I said, if so-and-so runs 26 and I ran 24, Doug beats me with a 22. Then you'll get Walter, and Walter ran 18 around before, and you beat him with a 16. So I go, don't tell me you don't race the racer,
Right.
So it was just funny to see them two guys go back and forth at it. They had different strategies where Troy would just set the car up to run a number, and the other guy could actually run the stripe and basically top sportsman bracket ratio. You know what I mean?
Right.
Jeff Pittman's another good one. I think once he gets a handle on it, I mean, he's been a top sportsman racer forever and ever and ever. And if that car starts running away more than what it is, I think he will be able to run the stripe to keep himself from getting weight thrown on him. But he should never get weight on him because
same combo everybody else has got.
Same combo as everybody else. They got it figured out. I don't think any combo or any one person should get weight thrown on them because they figured something out.
Right.
But if somebody comes up with something out of the box,
right.
And I'm like, okay, but that's what it is.
I feel you shouldn't get penalized for working hard.
No, I don't believe in that one whatsoever. You know what I mean? I think the rules are great the way they are. Everybody's fast, but everybody's on top of each other. We got a couple. I mean, the last two races, we had a couple of breakaways between JC and Pittman, but the rest of us were standing on top of each other.
Yeah, it's been a tight pack.
Yeah, I mean, and from having a car that didn't go down for a whole season to having a car going down, and all weekend I was 3 numbers behind JC. So that's how I just based my car was off of JC. I'm 3 numbers behind him, and I just consistently stood 3 numbers behind him the whole weekend, which I'm okay with. You know what I mean? He went 16, I went 19. You know what I mean? He went 20, I went 23. So I still go back to the best race was me and that Altman kid, 002 at the finish line. I mean, even me and Beatty didn't even know who won our race, and that was 024. So the race was really, really good. I think the rules are really, really good. Nobody should be squawking about them, saying anything. It is what it is. whether you got a 3-speed auto or a 5-speed with a lockup, I think the shit's it is where it is.
Yeah.
And it's just, you're going to figure it out next week. You'll figure it out, not next week, but the next race. And Andrew, hopefully he gets a motor plate from Billy.
Hey, we're here to help. Definitely.
Get it figured out.
So, quick question.
Don't wait to bring it to him in Virginia because you want to save on shit.
Right.
So Andrew, I seen you and Jason in the trailer having like a little sales pitch about a clear spark plug tray or something you're making over there. So you making stuff, selling stuff. What all do you do behind the scenes other than help other racers try to beat everybody and whatever else you got going on?
I'm full-time own a race shop. I own Spurback Motorsports up here in Niagara Falls, and some days it's really good and some days it's really bad. Just like these cars. These cars are just taking so much time, but I do them right, and that's why we get the business we get. And then, we help so many people at the racetrack. Most of these people can't afford to buy the right stuff, like from Pit Pal and stuff like that. So we'll come up with an idea and get something made, like the spark plug trays. Them things, you go to Quartermax and them things are like $119. For a tray with some holes in it. So we came up with our design, and there's a little one. I wouldn't say cheaper material, but it was less than what they're charging for an aluminum one, and that's what we came up with. Jason's trying one out now. My team has one. We got a couple teams around here using them. They're working pretty good. We build a lot of Pit Pal stuff for circle track guys because we've done it so long, like our shock racks and stuff like that, trailer accessories. I'm sure we're going to start doing it for the drag car side too.
And you got stuff on your website?
The website isn't live yet. We're paying somebody to redo the whole thing, so pretty much it's been going through the Facebook, but it's going to be coming out here on the website. We're going to have a cart and everything soon. Right now, it's probably the older website they threw back on there because we got to get some different SLS stuff for taking PayPal payments and stuff, I guess.
Yeah, it's a pain.
So, question for you: what's your closest racetrack?
Our closest racetrack is Lancaster Speedway. It's probably
drag racetrack. Let me rephrase that. Drag strip, not roundy round stuff.
So drag strip's Lancaster. That's an 8th mile. And then we got Empire that DeBrana just got that too. So that's like 45 minutes away. And then we have Toronto Motorsports Complex, which is about an hour and 45 minutes from here.
Billy skateboards to his local racetrack.
Yeah, we're about 8 miles from Maryland, so 3 miles away the crow flies. We got to go around the water to get there. Just saying.
Let's put it on the ferry and just go across, man.
Right. Yeah, we can pretty much hear the announcer with the wind's blowing the right way, so it's not bad.
What's your closest racetrack? Orlando, 220 miles away. Great. Braden. Yeah. Either way, Braden here, Orlando is 4 hours, 4.5 hours.
It's either direction.
I gotta go grab a charger.
Okay.
For phone.
It's 4
How
hours.
about you, Pat? Where are you at, Patrick?
I'm a Western Catholic Florida, so depending on traffic, it's maybe an hour at best, 3 to 4. Depends on traffic, traffic here, because all those northerners up y'all all decide to move to Wesley Chapel. I don't understand why, but the traffic is stupid. And it's about, 3 hours to Orlando, depending on traffic as well. But I can get there an hour and 20 minutes if I push the gas pedal.
You're not dealing with Billy's people. You're dealing with the people from Chicago. They drive straight down 75.
Yeah.
People from Maryland come straight down 95, so they come to my side.
But they still congregate in Orlando.
Oh, Yeah, we were in Orlando a
Mouse.
couple weeks ago, and you can have that mess. Oh my god!
See, he just said he was in Orlando a few weeks ago. I mean, come on. See, they all go to Orlando.
Well, you went to visit the mouse.
Yeah, the mouse. That's
The
exactly
mouse.
the mouse. Look,
I was supposed to be
she's
there
over there now
yesterday.
laughing. Oh, you were going to see the mouse yesterday?
Yeah, my daughter loves the mouse. So does my
Yeah.
wifey. So
That's look,
Oh.
she's over there grinning. That's
Oh.
her. Long, I get to
Virginia.
keep racing as
Virginia
long as she gets-
Cookout.
Right. Go ahead.
Virginia Cookout.
Virginia Cookout. Mr. David Cook and I will be doing the Virginia Cookout.
Did you find a grill?
We need a big grill. So if anybody out there listening has a big grill,
A Blackstone. You don't need a grill. You need a Blackstone.
well, that's what we call a grill. That's a Blackstone grill. We need a big Blackstone grill. He's doing chicken. I forgot what it was. It was chicken and something else. I think it was pretty receptive in at the last race. I think it was. I mean, I like I said on the last show, they popped in because we were still running in Dragster, Top Dragster. So I popped in and he cooked 100 pork chops. And the thing is it was probably like 50 people there. So everybody probably ate 2 plus the chicken he had there and everything. Now, when we get to Maryland, we're gonna have a spread and a half because Mrs. Gibson, God bless
What do you
her.
got back? Oh, you got the list? I'm going to say.
I got a list from Mrs. Gibson, the boss lady.
That's right.
She messaged me. She says, "Hi, I'm Billy's wife." I said, "I couldn't tell." Got the same. Got this. She got some Boston sarcasm. You don't say. What's my messenger here with Mrs. Gibson? But you guys got some food coming on, and JC's jumping in on with them.
He wants his crabs.
Mhm.
Well, she was doing crabs.
Yeah, she was doing crab balls and shrimp.
She had it all down, man. And out of all the people that replied, actually, Mike Oldham said, "We got 5 coming to eat," believe it or not, which was really good that somebody finally replied. So Mrs. Gibson says she's doing fried chicken, roast beef, potatoes, shrimp salad, green beans with gravy. I was getting some platters of fried oyster and crab balls, but Billy said someone want to bring crab cakes. If they want to do that, then I will change out the crab balls to steamed shrimp. Let me know. I based it on 100 people. Oh my good Lord, we're going to be eating 2 days, which is fine.
You're gonna have the whole 632, the Pro Mod guys there. Everybody's gonna be there to just to hang out.
That recipe, right? The menu, I mean, public. And then JC's going to bring crab stuff.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people don't see the backside of the show, but I have to say this. So we try to get Beatty the third on while his dad was on. And he brought his father, which I kind of was like, huh? He's like, bro, I'm right here. So the little monster, I love this kid, I do. He's like 13 going on 30. He texts me on Messenger. He says, "Yo, you want me on the show next week or what?" And I read it and I can hear his little voice and I go, "Okay, we need like 2 parental agreements."
Right.
Because God knows what's going to come out of them, right? And I don't want to be in trouble. So when I talked to JC this morning, I was like, "Hey, your kid wants to come on the show. I need 2 parental agreements." He goes, "Yeah, that ain't happening." I went, "Okay, thanks a lot. Let me know up front." I was pretty good about it. But man, when that kid ever gets into a big car, I think he's going to be a handful. When I had to run his dad, he came over and he fist pumped me in the window. And he said, "If you had one more race, you'd probably kick our butt in." And I was like, "Probably." And he goes, "You're going to be a problem for us in Virginia, ain't you?" I'm like, "I'm trying to be." You know what I mean? He's just I get a big kick out of the kids. I just do. I mean, obviously, I don't have any. You know what I mean? I'm like everybody else on the screen here. You all have your own little monsters. Me and Celeste, you can hear my monster in the background. He's telling me time to go to bed for the last 10 minutes. But yeah, JCBD the third. That kid is going to be a riot. Actually, they're going to Triple Threat tomorrow. and JC's going to run the super stock car, and somehow the third got money from somewhere, and he had a ticket for the junior. So if you ever see a kid dwindle money out of his father or his father knowing about it, BD the third does it.
He's a pretty good little racer. My granddaughter races with him here. One of the races up here in Maryland. He's a pretty good little racer.
And he's hands on. Like, he's not like a lot of kids you see, they just go run off, and they're out of the car, they go run off, and no, he's there working on a car. Yep. He's a good kid. You know what I mean? And that's what it's all about. I mean, at the end of the day, is bringing the young ones in. Ironically, right? So we can all. Well, I can say this, and Patrick, have you ever raced Carson?
How many years has he been racing?
I'm sorry, my bad. I'm going to include you in a conversation. I didn't know you were.
No, Jason, you just trying to pour salt in the fucking wound.
I forget you're in Cylinder Head jail. I was there once. So I see him. I mean, his prom. He went to the. His prom was like last week, and I'm like, we're racing a kid in 632 that just went to his senior prom.
That's good,
right, Billy? Right. We didn't have those options when we were his age, right?
Hey, I gotta admit, I was racing pro stock at 17. So,
well, shut up, then. I don't want to talk to
you. Sorry, yeah, thanks to Steve Schmidt, though, only because of Steve Schmidt and my dad. So, I just got lucky.
All right, whatever. We'll roll with that. Me and the other guys on that side of the screen weren't that
fortunate. Sorry, buddy. I apologize.
Okay. No. Right. He apologized. You apologize to baby Jesus?
All the time.
All right. But yeah, we could go on and on with this one. So video with JCBD. Make sure you get with that. Right. Anything else? I forgot if I had anything else.
You probably don't. You don't have much of anything. Especially here. I'm not the boldest one here, so we're good. Hey, Andrew, thanks for joining us again. Billy, thanks for joining us again.
Definitely. Thanks for having me. Definitely.
Can't wait to see you at the racetrack one of these days when my engine's back together. My goal is for Tennessee. If we're all there at Tennessee, it's going to be a hell of a race and event. But he runs.
Before you sign us out, Andrew Spurback asked about a rookie for 632. So I did find the answer out for him, and there's only 2 rookies of the year, one in pro class and one in sportsman. So, which is obviously rookie of the years out of all of them in the pro classes. So how does, I'll say 35-year-old, am I saying that right? Guessing Spurback, 35, 40?
41.
41. So how does a 41-year-old guy compete with an 18-year or 17-year-old kid who just got into Pro Street or Pro Boost? You can't, right?
Right.
So I think we should, as usual, do our own thing for Rookie of the Year. And I'll get with Patrick and Chris and figure out.
Hey,
obviously,
Jason. Hey, I already have the idea. I mean, we were just told somebody that does, metal cutting and engraving and all kinds of fancy shit, right? So if we get we
do trophies for lawnmower races. We've done trophies. Yeah, we do. We have all kinds of like metal trophies and stuff. I'm trying to think of everything we're going for, but yeah, every year we do. We do all kinds of metal stuff. So I know a guy, powder coat, all that. We got you covered.
So we got a guy.
Did you see my number one qualifier for 632 last year?
No.
That was a lot of pain and sorrow for that trophy, though.
It was, but that was badass.
Send me a picture of it, definitely. But yeah, we can definitely.
Carson kind of got cheated out of a trophy and a check for Engelot in the fall. Was it fall?
I can't remember, but
no, I forgot. I think it was fall. In the fall for 632, and I made him a carbon base with a rod out of my 632 or Patrick's 632 motor. Rod
and piston.
out of Patrick's 632 motor with a clock set on, and then what do you go 415 or 4? It was 412.
Faster than us.
Time on it at 412, and we gave it to him at the Pro Stars.
Sweet.
That's when we gave it to him, was at the Pro Stars. So maybe we should do something, for amongst ourselves for we just
We'll
gotta
make
figure
it.
out because
Like,
like Cameron's coming in late, Andy will be coming in late, some of the others will be coming in late, and David Cook Jr. is going to run on you also.
Yeah.
However we do it, you know what I mean?
I think we have to, establish the rules for the rookie, right?
Yep.
I think you should have to run half the season.
Half the
To be
season
eligible.
or more, right? So
Yeah.
you'd have to run at least 4 races
races.
or more.
Well, why don't we do it this way? Why don't we just do the back 4? We'll base it off the back 4.
Well, we can't do that because it has to be the holistic bullshit. We can't do this. Hey, we're going to race for a championship like these fucking NASCAR people, right?
Yeah. Right.
I
agree with you on that.
Yeah, so this year will be Cook and whoever comes in and does 4 or more.
Yep.
And then next year we just start 0 again, and whoever runs 4 or more is eligible.
Yeah.
Pretty much like pro cars.
And you
Of
can come
new
up with a
people.
deal where you're qualifying help
Of new people, yes.
Your consistency, or you know what I'm saying. Whatever, just
Yeah.
come up with some kind of points.
Yep.
We'll just do it that way. That's the easiest way to do it. I mean, hopefully, our Pro 632 teammates are there to be able to be their position to be the
Right.
the
Voice
leader.
their opinion. Exactly. Yeah.
Hopefully, but if we still got to support our guys anyways, right? That's what we're gonna do. So that's that. What else we got, Jason?
Timmy Gary. We talked to him earlier. Oh, I talked to him earlier. Man, he got some work going on. You're gonna feel good after I read this one.
Yeah, Andrew has nothing going on compared to Tim.
Oh boy, I was like, I read it to Patrick, and it was like, oh, I was like, and he wants to show up for Virginia. I was like, God bless him. Actually, he's on here. He's listening in the garage. I gotta find where he posted that to me. I thought it was Messenger, but maybe it wasn't. So Tim he's been working on his car day and night and plugging away at it, and he finally started putting some parts on, and his axles are too wide, so he's got to take the rear end out, and he's shortening it up now, because they don't make a double beadlock wheel with more than 6 inches of backspace. So he said the list is getting shorter. I had 2 broken extension adjusters on the struts, 2 stuck injectors, and 2 rear wheels that don't fit. Struts are sent back to Strange. Injectors sent into Clean and Flow. Pulling the rear end out from under tonight to shorten it so the wheels will fit properly in the body. He said have to narrow the rear, the width, and trying to get it ready to test on the 16th and come to Virginia. That's a big go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The narrowing of the rear end is like, oof.
Yeah. He shows up. We all need to go over there and share a beer with him or something.
Right?
For sure.
It's obviously the class is not for people
You can come join us, dude.
Lack of trying for people trying to get to the races. You know what I mean? And I think people are stepping on it a little hard because the class is so tight and we're having all these breakages. I mean, another race we went with 13 and 9 raced. You know what I mean? 9 raced. And we had a driver change in one, which luckily he got qualified. He got a chance to qualify, so that car didn't sit. And that was the Melnick's car, but the other Greenbrier, the 67 ran, right? I believe. Yeah, the 67 ran. I ran the 67. Yeah, I ran that. So all those cars ran. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's a stride thing. We're just stepping on them hard because the class is just so tight. Maybe that's the way it is. It's the way it's going to have to be. I mean, at some point, some of us are not going to qualify because everybody's getting that good and everybody's getting that fast.
I mean, like I said, Tennessee, it's my birthday weekend, by the way. So whoever wants to, bring cake and whiskey.
That's on Ed McLemore. He's cooking.
Oh yeah, hey Ed, birthday weekend. Let's party. We should have a bump there if everyone is running. It's going to be a challenge, and I'll probably be the one bumped out, but it's okay. I'm still going to be there to have fun, no matter what. So everyone's pushing their stuff as to their max because we have to. There's no give me anywhere in everything we do, and so everyone just keep up the good work. I think my whiskey's kicking in pretty good right now. So, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and close this out. Hey, thank you, Andrew and Billy, for joining us.
Thanks for having.
First and foremost, hey, I wanted to say a thank you to Mark Beatty of Redline Oil. He's retiring from the Redline Oil and changing his direction. He was able to, support a lot of the racers in Pro 632, myself, and got the sponsorship for Redline Oil for the PDR race, which is making it bigger, better, and badder no matter what. So I greatly appreciate all of the work he's done in sponsoring all aspects of motorsports. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's somewhere in the things you did in NASCAR or whatever, in every flavor of motorsports. So thank you very much. Thank you to Doug Cook and
DLS
West. Hey, I'm gonna get there. Thank you to Doug Cook and Mark Williams Enterprise for sponsoring the PD Race Pro 632. Without y'all, we can't race to the point we can. And Procom ELS for supporting this show. And if y'all want to help support what we're doing, we take donations. I'm not going to get away from it. We do take donations. We're trying to get as much video photography for the class. We want to promote everybody, those in-pit videos and stuff. We're trying to get those photographers to come and do some stuff for us to help promote us in the class as much as possible. So if anybody wants to help doing that stuff, just let us know. We'll, greatly appreciate all the help and support. And I got nothing else.
David Cook would like to have every racer to have a banner, and he's willing to sell them at a very low price of $20 a piece.
And support the show, Race 632 radio with a little lovely banner. So, and appreciate it. If you got anything else from us, greatly appreciate y'all. Y'all have a great
One other thing, David's wife will also do anybody that needs hero cards.
Sweet.
If you send her the pictures and a layout, she'll get them done.
And if you need some help, ChatGPT is awesome. I mean, if you see the stuff I'm posting, it's pretty point.
Okay. Well, ciao.
Y'all have a great night.
Thank you.
All right.